What's good, YouTube? What is good? Man, I want to do a little bit of back testing. I got like 40 minutes, man. Chop it up. About to send this out to my group. Give me a second. So, back testing. All right, what's good? Okay, I got a couple of people in here. Man, so I'm gonna be talking about this market, man. Just want to go over some stuff we can see. I got a little bit of time. Let me set my alarm because I gotta be done at 9:55. So I want to go live and do some back testing. I'm gonna start doing more of these, a lot more of these actually. So I got my alarm set. So now I'm locked in. I'm at a coffee shop, so excuse me. It will be some noise in the background. Okay, they're making stuff. I'm at another place of business, and I definitely want to just give y'all that warning. Okay. Man, if y'all can, please like, comment, subscribe if you already haven't, especially people that's gonna see this in the future. But let's do some back testing, man. And please feel free to leave a comment. So I'm gonna be, the way I'm still learning how to use, I'm using this thing called StreamYard. And so like when I click on the actual tab, like the window that I'm using, I have to like zoom out and then zoom back in. So write your questions in here, and then I'll come check it so often. So because I can't see it when I go inside of this tab, I can't see the comments. Maybe there's a way to do it. If somebody can, let me know. Put it in the comments if you know how to use StreamYard. I'm still getting used to posting a lot more at a lot higher volume, but we're gonna get into it. All right, so let's go over in video. So we had a let me see, what do we have? This is the monthly. Okay, let's go to week. Man, we are definitely see, we're in a strong uptrend right now. I think that Nvidia is about to go higher. Me looking at the chart, and I could tell like this thing can really start to go to all-time highs for sure. But this downtrend line right here, I'm just going to connect this high and that high, and it's already starting to connect. Like, I'm gonna delete this right here. So I'm about to start falling more into swing trades. I feel that it's going to be better for my day trading group. We're still gonna do some day trades, whatever, but I'm about to start calling more swings out. It's really kind of hard because the stock market is at all-time highs. It doesn't mean that it can't go higher. I just really don't like calling long-term trades 2 years out, being at all-time highs when I know the market can pull back on us anytime. But there are certain individual stocks that are down 40%, 50%. But I definitely want to go over Netflix too and what I'm seeing on Netflix. I think Netflix has a great opportunity for us on leaps. I'm probably about to call that next week for my people thinking about going out to like December 2028, the furthest leap that I can buy. So we're gonna buy our first set of leaps, and then when they put out another expiration, I'm gonna buy another set of leaps on Netflix, because Netflix is down pretty significantly off their highs. So, but right here, this little breakout right here, we definitely are pushing higher. I think that they want to come higher for sure, most definitely. This support line right here, they holding that pretty strong too. So you got this support line that is really strong, and then you have this top resistance line right here just connecting the highs. Let's turn this, make that white. And so to me, we definitely can, yeah, this next resistance line right here, this white line, I think that's where we definitely can head for sure. Let me check to make sure that, check the comments, make sure y'all not saying anything. Okay, no comments yet. And then if you want to put a stock in there you want me to look at, for sure, and especially like I want to go over what I'm seeing as far as STRAT levels and stuff like that too. So let's delete that. I'm gonna turn on my STRAT assistant. Okay, so on the month, this was definitely easy to see. We had right here we had an inside month. One candles, when you have an inside candle, you just wait for the break of the top of that candle or below. So once we broke above this one candle, now my belief is that they're going to come and take out this high and this high. So the next target back to the upside is this right here, 332, and then the next target is right here at 236. And so yeah, it's cool right there. So when we triggered that, that's where we're heading. So let's go to the week. Okay, so we broke above this. We had a 2 down on the week, so the call entry was right here, right above this 2 candle. That was the call, and then the targets was this high, and now I think they're coming for this high right here. So this was the next highest candle right here. Next target, and we're really not that far away. And if you look at this trend line, that you can just, this is the high. This was definitely like a low right there. So you see that breakout. Nice little bull flag. Popped up, pulled back, going higher. That's what I'm seeing. I mean, when you see big candles like this on a weekly, that's nothing like but big institutions. Like big institutions have those big green bars. If you look at this compared to all these other bars in here, this consolidation, and now you look at this big ass green bar right here, that's institutional buying. I am not bearish on Nvidia. I'm just not. We holding these support lines right here, and it is looking strong. So, but my next targets are here. Let me see if I can figure out how to add this. How do I add up? I need to figure out how to add images on here. Text. Okay. But I guess I'll do that later. But these are the next highs. So I think swing trades on Nvidia are pretty up there. So if they're gonna have a break of this right here, this the top of this green candle, to create a 2-2 up, like to continue, that'll be a 2 up, and that's what I think they're gonna do. So let's go down to the week. What happened? Let's go down to the day. What happened on the daily? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight days of bullishness, and man, this thing right here is definitely, man, this is nice. This was a nice little breakout. We had this downtrend. This was a high point, so lower high. So let's go through it. So boom, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, lower low, higher high. They started to break that structure back to the other side, broke back down, boom, broke this downtrend. This little downtrend right here. Resistance, 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 breakout. That was beautiful. And then right here, you have this line of support. Yeah, they held that solid. Super solid. So this was a nice little up move, down move, breakout. This is where I think they're going. So I'm going to be probably in some swings, me personally, trying to go higher to the upside. Yeah, I think we're going to hit at least 240. And hopefully the market is not gapped up too much on NVIDIA. So I'm calling 240 on NVIDIA. Definitely doing that. That's for sure. So now, okay. How could we have found this move when it was right here? This two down, this one in particular. First of all, if you drew a support line from back here, let's go back. Just connecting this low right here, April 2025 on a daily, and connecting this low right here in March, you knew when it came to this is support. This is support. So this one right here was easy. Let's adjust this line just a tad bit. So you can say, I mean, if you want it right there at the brim, I mean, geez, this thing touched perfectly to the T. To the T. I mean, support. Support. This uptrend lines, this is resistance. This high point right here, resistance. So, resistance, support, resistance, support. Now are we going back here? This is a nice chart. Let's see what else I can find inside of here. Let's cut through this. Y'all stick with me. I know it's a lot of lines on here, but y'all stick with me. So we already broke that downtrend. So let's see if we find something else in here. So boom, connect this low. All right, so you got the support, broke down, resistance, fell. This is a line inside of here too. So they can do something like this. They can still, stay underneath this or break above it until they come hit this target. I got that upside target. I'm calling that. All-time highs real soon on the video. Let me check the comments. See if y'all saying anything. NVIDIA. Good morning, fam. So glad you're going over NVIDIA. Yeah. Got into some calls next week. Let's see how they go. They will close on support. Yeah. What are the levels on the QQQ going into the month? Okay. We'll go over that. Let me go over this Netflix first real quick. Let me go over this Netflix first. Give me 1 second. All right, let's go over Netflix. So I want to talk about this swing trade, this leap that I want to get into. Let's go to the weekly. Oops, let's delete that. Okay, because I got these targets at 153 and 169. I got a 115 target, 125 target. Let's turn off the STRAT assistant for right now. This has been a long-term support right here. This was back in 2022. Support. It broke this line of support. Boom. Okay, so they right on this line of support. All right, right on it. And now, another thing that I'm looking at, I'm keeping a close eye on. This is a swing high. Swing high, swing. It's a lower high, lower high, lower high. I want to connect these 2 points. Let's take this. Boom. Boom. So we got resistance, fell, resistance, fell, resistance, fell harder, resistance, fell, just bounced off support, broke support. Now, the key is this. When you see a break of support, in order for that to confirm to go lower, you need 2 red candles. What I've been taught, you need 2 red candles. At least one is not enough. This candle break to the downside, that's not enough. So when you got this support line, you need 2 breaks below a candle for it to be confirmed that it might go down further. All right. So once they get back up here and support, if they hold the support line, this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at for them to start to work their way back and eventually, you know, get up here to at least 115 minimum. But I have a bigger outlook that coming back up here, because one thing you want to look at, just think about Netflix as a whole, right? You do not want to go to sleep on the fact, like, just think about it. How many people use Netflix? How many people talk about Netflix all the time, right? They're in everybody's homes. They're making a lot of money. What happens is, a lot of the times when they have these big drop-offs, it's because people are taking their profit. It's not that the company is dead at all. You know, these pullbacks happen over time in history on some of the best companies. But I want to show you how far they off they highs. So they fell 50% from their highs. Anytime you see a company like this fall 20-30%, it's a good discount. They fell over 50%. Now at the close, they're 44% off their highs. So you got a chance, right? You have a chance to retrace. At least, let's say if it retrace 25% of this move, right? That's at least going back to $105. It's Netflix. They make so much money. They make billions of dollars. Like, look at they you know, balance sheets. Look at their books. Look at their PE ratio, PS ratio. Like, the EBITDA, like, they make a lot of money. You got to just check the books. That company ain't going nowhere. This is just a nice little pullback. It's a great opportunity to buy some 2 years out. So I was looking at, let me see, because when I was looking at these contracts on Netflix, let me look at them real quick. They wasn't that bad. I think they were around like $600 for the strike price that I was looking at for 2 years out. Because I'm gonna do like the rolling forwards on this. I'm gonna buy this year, and I'm gonna buy next year for 2029. So when they put out 2029, I'm gonna buy some leaps on that too, because I want to capitalize on the bigger moves. All right, so let's look for, they got the latest they have is December 15, 2028, and so let's say they go back to, I'm looking at the strike price, say like $115. That's $1,000. $1,000 contract for 2 years out. That's not bad at all. And if you want to go to a little bit further out, they have a 130 strike price for $830 currently right now today. But yeah, so let's look at it on a bigger scale. Let's go to the 6 month. Let's go to the 6 month chart. I want to show y'all something. What I'm seeing that can develop. And I've seen this before from back testing and studying. Let me tell you something. This stuff right here is powerful. On the STRAT, all right, you have a potential fell two down. If you know me, if you've been watching my videos, if you're in my group, if you're in my day trading group, SPX Blueprint. Matter of fact, if you want to join, please click that link in the description if you haven't already joined. But this is a potential fell two down. Now, hear me out. We have the opportunity to get the jump on the market. Now, granted, it is 4 months left. 4 months left in 24 days exactly. So it's a lot of time. I get it. But if this closes a fell two down on the 6-month chart, once we break the high of that candle to the upside, out of here, it's gone. Like, I don't think that it would end right here. So how I'm looking at it is this. So you got this support line, support, right? Support on a 6-month chart. Let's say if they push up and they close green. Let's just assume they close right here. So I'm automatically looking at calls. Let me just type in 6 month. Let me see, let's do this. 6 month calls, entry. And so when they trigger this, let's do this. Let's go to the right side of the screen. Okay, when they trigger this to go higher, you would aim and look for the next targets, the next go higher. That's what $109, and then the next high would be $133, right? So they always try to go take out the next highs, right? So catching it down here, especially like we're getting a jump on the market, right? Catching it down here, you know, you can come back and retrace all of this stuff to come back to go higher. Now I got an even bigger price target that you have to get in my group in order to get those prices. I'm sorry, I don't want to reveal that because I got a bigger price target. Because one thing about it, I'm going to keep buying probably for the next 3 years. I want to make sure that I'm in the year 2028, 2029, and 2030 on Netflix, because I got some bigger targets that they need to go hit. But as long as they're holding this trend line right here, they set to go higher. They are. But let me show you something on Intel, what a fell two down on a 6-month chart look like. Let me just look at the 3 month. So same thing on the 3 month. They have the opportunity to create a fell two down. All right. But let's go to hold on. So let me go to the month chart. Okay. Yeah, so this is a long line of support, man. It's a good, healthy support line. So they had to come back and retrace to get this. All right, they had to do it. This was a trend line too, right here, connecting this high. And so this is a channel too that they can stay inside of. They went outside the channel, but let me paint the picture. Let me paint the picture. They can do this. They can keep doing that until they go do this. What I have predicted on a monthly, they can do that too if they want to, or they can just push outside of there. Don't matter. They can do all kind of stuff. I'm just saying this is a channel that you have to, you know, see. But this is a downtrend line too, because the stock is down. So as long as they underneath this line, they are still bearish technically. So if they start to have a meltdown, I mean, that'd be kind of crazy. I would put a lot of money inside here, because the story hasn't changed. A lot of people still gonna keep using Netflix. They're gonna keep buying them. They make billions of dollars. So as long as they are underneath this line until they break this downtrend line, they're still bearish right now. This just is what it is. But let me go to Intel. I'm still gonna go to QQQ. I haven't forgot. Let me see how much time I got. Okay, let me do this kind of quick. Let me go to Intel. I want to show you the 6-month chart. Intel, where you at? All right. Let me show you this 6-month chart. I want you to see what I'm talking about. Now we just went over Netflix, right? Just went over Netflix. Okay, right here, this candle is a fill 2 down on the 6-month. So you have one right here and one right here. Now what you want to see is that they actually trigger and go higher. So this candle is a fill 2 down. Now the entry for this was the break of this 2 back to the upside. So call entry. Let's put this in the middle. Let's put 6-month. Boom. Let's move this center. All right, so this was the call entry for leaps. This could have been for leaps. This is what we could have called. Just want to show you an example. And the reason why it's called a fill 2 down is because at one point this candle was red and it failed to close red and they closed it back green. So let's put this stop right here, red. So you had a $10 range. They never took out these lows. They never took out the low. Once they triggered it, they were gone. But when we take out the STRAT assistant, this indicator, see this candle's green right here. Okay, you had a year. A year of selling. So 6-month candles. Each candle represents 6 months, right? So you had 6 months. You had a year of falling. Now, I just said that Netflix came 50% off their highs, right? So let's measure from this point, this last high point to this low point, and see how much of a percentage they were down, they were selling off. They went 74% off their highs from this high. They hit a bottom, and then they blasted off. So this stock went down 74%. Now, they ran up 721%. Let that sink in. That's crazy. That's how much this stock ran. So if you'd have bought 2 years out, this was January 2025. You still got some time left on your contracts if you bought 2 years out. So they ran from $28 all the way up to $141. This is off the 6-month chart. 6-month chart. It's crazy. So, but that's what we call a fill 2 down. You had one right here. You had a fill 2 down right here. Let's clone this. You had the entry right here. And then you had a stop right here. Notice that they never took out the lows. They never took out the lows. They entered, took up, took off, came down, been uptrending ever since. Ever since. From that time. And then you had a nice little healthy trend line before it broke. It finally broke it, came back inside, came back above that support, resistance, came back down, and then blasted off out of there. And this was a high point, and then they broke that. So this high, that high. So once they broke above this, all they came to do was take out all these highs when they hit their low point. That's all they did. Resistance, resistance, blast off. Now, tomorrow I'm gonna show my class on how they could have saw this coming. There's a way to see it. There's a way to see it. It might seem crazy, but there's a way to see it. I'm gonna show them. I'm not putting that on the internet, but there's stuff that I can see to know that this move is eventually gonna come. Let me check the comments. Do you understand the order blocks? If so, can you explain it to us in the group? Order blocks? Yeah, I know a little bit something about the order blocks. Yeah, I like especially when the market is open real time. When the market is open real time, I really like to see, make sure I stay on track with my time. Okay. I really like to see how the candles develop in real time. Let me show you. Let's turn on the order block right here. This is a bullish order block. Let's go to the monthly. So pretty much their low points. All the order blocks are, just think about this. Higher highs, higher lows. Higher highs, higher lows. That's really all it is. So higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. When they start to bounce, they create a bullish order block. So it's usually associated with like some wick areas at the bottom or a group of candlesticks that's right next to each other. So if you turn this off, you see they got these wicks at the bottom. This is on the weekly chart. It's a long wick at the bottom. That's institutional buying. This is what, like, if you looked at what I did on Nvidia earlier, it looks very similar, right? This big ass green candle on the weekly, that's what it looked like on Nvidia. And then if you drew that trend line, so this was a high point, this was a down point, this literally looks just like how Nvidia did this week. Now they haven't did this move yet, but they broke out. So when I click on Nvidia, look, similar. They broke out of that downtrend line. This is the weekly breaking out, and they can keep going higher. They can. They can keep going higher. But going back to Intel on the weekly, that's how this look down here. Higher high, higher low, right? So you got this higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and at those lows they create those bullish order blocks. That's what they do. So if you go to Nvidia, you got same thing. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher highs. It's coming. It's coming. So I'm bullish on that. Okay, real quick, let's go over QQQ. I don't got that much time left now. I got 9 minutes. So let's get through some of this. Let's delete some of these alerts. Clean up the screen. Okay, what was your question again about I gotta go read your question again about the QQQs. You can ask me another question about the Qs, what you want me to see. Let me turn off this order block indicator. And I got some crazy targets on the Qs. All right, let me show you something. Now, I'm gonna go over the strat levels too, but support line, resistance. So this is the weekly chart. So they broke above this. So you had resistance, support, resistance, knockdown, broke above, resistance, support, bouncing off of it, going higher. Let's see if we can find another trend line. Let me make sure I read y'all questions. ATR levels going into Mondays on the Qs. Average true range, okay. Okay, so we have, this is a nice little pattern right here, man. All right, so you still got this to break. So let me do my ranges real quick before I start to really get in my bag. Let me bring in the average true range. So let's do an ATR. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so we're gonna take the close of 723 and 3 cents plus $30.49. Okay, so we can get as high as on Monday. It's very possible. Let's go to coordinates. We get as high as 753 and 52 cents. Okay, so we got the potential to make all-time highs on Monday. It's possible. Oh, hold on. No. I did that wrong. We got to do it off the daily. I did it off the weekly on accident. Sorry about that. We got to scratch that. My bad. But that's what we can do over the next week for sure. That target is potential for next week. Okay, so now I gotta do it off. We gotta do it off the daily close. Sorry. So 723 and 3 cents plus the ATR is only $14.94, and that gives us a target. We can get as high as 737 and 97 cents. So now the market can do whatever they want to do. This is just giving us a range, so they can get as high as 737. All right, but you got this resistance line that they meeting to next. I think they're gonna do just like they did on the spot SPX. They're gonna blast above that and make bigger highs, especially if Micron, Sandisk, and AMD start to go higher. Okay, I got 4 minutes left. Let me get this done. So I'll make sure I draw all my levels for this day. So 723, subtract $14.94 equals, okay, we can fall as low as 708. So 708 and 9 cents. We can fall as low as that on Monday. All right, so now I like to chart within this range. All right, I like to chart within this side of this ATR, this average true range right here. So we have 2 up one day. So just in case if things start to reverse back down, we got to put entry right here on the daily. And then we have the next target low would be the right there, daily price target low. Those settings, top. Okay, let's go to the 4 hour. 4 hour, we got a 2 up. So put entry for the 4 hour. Oops, not call. Put entry right here, and the next low would be right here. Put entry on the daily. That's to be the next target if they start to get bearish, and then this would be the next low. So we try to go for the next candle lows. 4 hour. Okay, let's go on the hour. What do we got on the hour? Still 2 up on the hour. So we got to put entry on the hour just in case they decide to pull back. You know, we got some targets down here that we can potentially fill. We still got this gap down here as well. So if they alert these puts on the hour, these are the targets that we can come close. You zoom in closely. This is a 1 hour gap fill, fair value gap fill to the downside. So they can come back and close this and then bounce and go back up if they want to. Another thing too, what I'm noticing real quick, low point. This is a trend line. If they keep holding this as support, they can come up here and hit these targets up here. So just want to make that quick note. And then you got this as a resistance, high point. They just broke above that at close, so they can go higher if they want to. This is kind of bull flaggish, to be honest. Boom, and they can probably do that, or they can do this and fill, come back in as resistance. You know what I mean? They could do that too and have a flat Monday. That's possible. So I would buy time. I wouldn't even buy 0 DTE on this bad boy. I would buy time. Just in case they want to come back and fill this gap. So on the daily, we got this gap fill. I like to mark them just in case. Just in case they have a blowout, something happen, because you know we are in crazy times. Another thing that I would do, since we're not getting any call entries to the upside from the daily and the 4 hour and the hour. Okay, my alarm just went off, so I got about a minute. And then I would put that PDH, previous day high. So if they break above that, then they're going to try to come and take out this next high right here. This is a potential next high target that they'll try to come and take out. It's a previous day high. If they retrace and pull back, you kind of know why. But on the weekly, what I'm looking for is for them to get back above 728 and have a continuation 2-2 up to break to the upside. So I am bullish on this because of how we had a 2 down, broke above this big ass green candle. That's big institutional buy-in to me, especially when you look at all these big bars right here, just consecutively run. So to me, they looking like they want to come get all-time highs on the Qs, probably as soon as next week. I won't be surprised if we come and tag this, 800 real soon. I won't be surprised. Nothing surprises me anymore. But man, I'm gonna go live again. This was definitely fun. I need to get back in rhythm and do this. We're gonna do some more breakdowns. I'll probably go live again today. Yeah, it can do that. It can do it for sure. Yeah, nah, for sure. Now, how I did those average few ranges. If you're trying to play on a swing trade, like more time, you can do that on a weekly. You can do that. Those are like weekly targets. You can do that. Man, I appreciate y'all checking in. Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing this. We're gonna keep tapping in. We're gonna keep going up back testing. It's a lot of stuff to back test. I just gotta go take care of some business. But yeah, I'm gonna be back on here in a few, man. Hey, thank y'all for checking in. We're gonna do some more of these. Do a lot more of these. Y'all gonna see on my face a lot. It's time to get to it. All right, man. It's D-Pain. I'm checking out, man. Peace.